Alright, now let's dive into some more tricks of gathering information about our target. And in this lecture, we will gather some more information and deep information such as email addresses. Because if we get email address of certain website of a certain organization's employees, and we will use social engineering with them or maybe some phishing attacks, and from the help of that employee we can gather the access of internal servers, internal systems, and many more things. So it is essential to get some crucial email addresses. So let's deep dive into gathering information about email addresses of the employees that are currently working in that company or in that university or whatever your target is. So since email addresses are often public and it's totally fine to test this on any domain, we will be looking at two main ways to gather emails. First, we will use a tool on a terminal that is the Harvester, and then we will use a website that is named hunter.io. So first open your terminal to get quick overview of the available options in the Harvester. Just type the Harvester and press enter. This will give you a small menu showing you basic syntax and some commands. If you type the tool name by itself, it will tell you that you need to specify the domain. We will do that shortly. So before we jump into that, let's run the full help menu to see what are more advanced options available for our information gathering step. So we will just type the harvester --help and press enter. Now you will see a list of commands. So here is what we need to know, that the -d or -d option is where we specify the domain we want to search for emails, and as you can see below it, -b is the option for the source, basically where we want to search for these emails like Google, Bing, Twitter, LinkedIn, DuckDuckGo, or whatever the domain or whatever the source you want to search on. Then there is a limit option with -l or -l, that is to specify the limit of number of the result you want to get, which is set to 500 by default, but you can also set the limit that you want yourself. So let's start scanning by a university domain that we have been using since past too many lectures. So you can also use this website, or you can use a random website domain to use, and we will just type the harvester -d or -d, then the domain name of that university, that is cuchd.in -b. We can just simply type all, or we can type the limit as well, that is -l then 500, but we will leave it as it is with the -b, and it will search multiple sources like DuckDuckGo, Bing, Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever. So once I hit enter, this tool will start searching. It might take some time to go through various sources looking for usernames, host names, and emails. As we wait for it to finish, you will see it gathering results. You may see some platform names, some errors as well, and it may not find any result like what's happening here. In this case, the tool found some usernames, some results, but as you can see, we have got some results here. We have some usernames here, we have multiple IP addresses, we have some email addresses as well. So sometimes this tool might not work, but sometimes it does. So maybe if you are using this tool right now, you are not getting any results, you can type this command multiple times. You search you scan your target multiple times. Maybe you can use it tomorrow, maybe a day after tomorrow, but it will give you results. But in my case, it has given me result in the one go. It has given me a great result, but other times it struggles to find some emails as well. So even if you didn't get emails right, you can always try some other technique, or maybe you can try other time, like I told you, maybe yesterday or maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. But we don't have any problem with this because we have another tool to use, and that is hunter.io. So let's open our Firefox here and just go to the URL bar and type hunter.io. Once you are on the site, you will see some options here. So we will just hop into the domain search, and here you can type the company's domain name or website's domain name. And before you start searching, you will need to create a free account. You can get more results when you are not using any account. So for example, when you search, like I'm going to type the domain name, and as you can see, Chandigarh University domain is popping out, and we will click on it, and it has given 6 results here, but the email addresses are blur. So with the account, you can see these email addresses as well, but here are some source options. So if we click on the source, we have some links from where these email addresses are being extracted. So if we click on this, the LinkedIn page is loading, and as you can see, this is the LinkedIn post of a professor of Chandigarh University. So that might be her professional email address or maybe personal email address. So we won't create an account to leak some information about this professor, but if you want to gather as much as information about your target, you can create an free account. But the problem with free account is you can get only 50 results per month. So that is very low if you want to gather 100 emails or maybe 1000 emails. And the most expensive thing about this website is, if we go to the pricing part, as you can see, the price of monthly searches are very high, so it is expensive to use. So we will just try with the harvester tool multiple times, and if you can get satisfied with the free account, if you are getting results with the free account, you are good to go with that. So as you can see, free account gives you a good amount of results, but even if you want more, you can pay for the paid version. You can get a lot of access to a lot more information. But at the end of the day, Hunter.io is a much powerful tool if you want to get exact email address of their employees, especially when the harvester tool isn't providing you the result you want. And one last thing, that we will learn how to create our own tools to gather information. So alright, for this video, we will meet in the next video where I will teach you about the additional tools that we can gather from the GitHub or any open source tool that we can use for our information gathering practices.